Hello, and welcome back to the channel and some more Widget Inc. So today we are planning on, let's see, hopefully we still have like none of these things being built. This thing it's just ever so slow. I was hoping to get stuff a little bit kind of more backed up. So we're definitely missing these guys. So this is our final process here that we need to start building these things. And we need a bunch of Omega widgets for it. So with these, I'm still missing cloud widgets, unshackled widgets. I'm missing a lot of the low stuff still. I'm gonna try to see if I can start getting some of these things kind of in. So in the beginning, I just kind of throw them in here and hope that I get lucky enough that they all kind of blink in together. Um, I was hoping, yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can. The problem is the unshackled widgets. I don't think I'm making enough of them. I've made ridiculous amounts of other things. So what I could do here to kind of lean towards that is I can go back to my tech tree. And I can go down here to the bottom and pretty much anything that needs to be worked on, upgraded, that is not maxed out already. I'm just going to go through and click on all these things to make all the extra stuffs. And we're just going to kind of go through and do all these things and get all of the upgrades, all that stuff done. And then looks like I'm gonna have to go through at least once or twice more, just because some of these things are gonna auto finish, some of them won't. And like this guy, I need to have him the unshackled widgets. We're not able to make them right now because all the other stuff is being told elsewhere. It is not optimal. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through here. We're gonna hit all these guys up. Some of these are going to probably cause me some problems. The unshackled widgets probably aren't that bad of a deal. But the ones that need the tier 10 or 10, no, it's like 10 tier 12 stuff. If it needs a tier 12 item, right, that's going to cause me a problem. Like this is just absolute dominion, right? We'll do that guy. We'll do that guy. Do those. Do those. We'll do all these guys, right? And then I need to research all these too, but I need like ridiculous amounts of mega widgets to even be able to research those. So it's one of those things where just kind of we have all this stuff that we need to do, and then as soon as stuff gets researched, it's just going to start adding it to be upgraded, and the whole system here. Kind of once you get to the end, it's this weird like push where you need to get resources, but in order to get resources, like even for the mega projects, like this one's not as bad. It's really this is the one that's causing not this one. This one. This one I need all these weird little things, and I just can't get all of them to kind of max out at the same time. Now, what I could do, well, actually, I don't even know if it would help me. I could just like pause all this stuff, right? And that will start helping it get towards the end. But we're not, that one's blinking a little bit. Because the problem is it's just kind of trying to get them all to blink at the same time and then drop it in there. And you're kind of getting this weird thing where your options are to either wait for everything to kind of back up or to overload the system and kind of do what I'm doing here. So right now I'm going to overload the system. I'm going to let it start making all these the little things here and upgrading everything. Obviously anything that needs an Omega widget's not going to happen anytime soon. And then it will start doing all of our upgrades down here for us, and we'll start getting all these guys done. And then once all that is done, hopefully we'll start being able to produce more of the lower end stuff. Get these things to blink a little bit more often, and then go grab one of these guys, and maybe eventually we'll get lucky. Not enough. Not enough. It'd be nice if, like, if you did a few of them and you didn't have enough, eventually it would just give you one. That would be kind of cool. I guess you can't really do that because if you could do that and not need all the other stuff coming up for it, it would kind of give you a problem. Now, I did have a problem with this in the beginning because basically all these other ones we built all this stuff and we just hit this wall when we get to this level, and there's not much we can do about it. Um, so we're just waiting for all this stuff kind of get caught up. So I'm gonna let this thing kind of run for a minute and kind of get kind of maybe more storage into it, and then we'll be back. Talk to y'all soon. And we're back again. All right, so I've got a couple more of these guys built, a Mega Widget Factory distillers and all this stuff going on. So that way we're up to, it looks like almost 2,400 of the Mega Widgets. It is putting a drain on the whole system here. Some of the lower end stuff is just I need more of all of these things. So I probably need to just start with the first thing that runs out, like these green guys here. And we just need to go find them. Let's see, I think it's these green guys. I think it's the processor lab. I think that's the ones I need. No, that's not right. Oh, maybe it is that. No, wait, it's this one right here. So it's these guys. So basically copper and plastic, right? So if we go back over here, here's copper, here's plastic, these guys here, right? For the most part, it looks like we're doing okay. And our copper and plastic are running okay, so I just need to make more of these. So I'll just make more of them. We'll do that and see how long it takes me to build these things. They do take computational widgets to build, so it's going to take me a minute to build those. And we're at this point, what we're doing is we're just kind of in this pattern where we're trying to build enough of the big widgets to be able to do the things that we need to do. And then slowly start working out so that we can produce enough of the other items so that then we start causing a different problem, right? So I'm sure as soon as I do that, I'm probably going to end up running into a problem where I don't have, well, I actually have a lot of copper. But, you know, we can do this and we can put some more copper down. And then that causes another problem because now we're going to run out of that stuff, and then I need some of these down, and then, you know, once I get those, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do that. All right. If you hold down Control, it moves it. And then, so once we get all those built, then these will get built, and then those will get built, and then, you know, and we're just playing whack-a-mole, and we're just trying to get this number to go up. Now, in the process of doing all that stuff, and it's working through it. We're going to go in here. We're going to go electronic rocket lab, right? So that's 265. And then we're going to build us an Omega rocket fuel distiller. We're going to build some of those. The Omega widget, we're going to build some of those. And then Omega, the Omega launch facility, right? All right, so we got all that stuff built. Now, I think we only need, so rocket search. All right, so we're going to put this guy over here. We're going to take this guy, and we're going to put it up here. We're going to take this guy, we're going to put it up here. We're going to take this guy, we're going to put it up here. All right, we'll go look at this first guy. They're already built. All right. 0, 1, 0. Compile software. All right, so we're compiling software. We can go up here to this guy, distill fuel, right? We're already distilling fuel. So we're just inputs not locked. Okay, so we need to lockety, and then we'll just build some fuel. So we're already building fuel. We're gonna go up here, talk to this guy, and then this guy we're gonna grab like this. We're gonna go, we're gonna grab this guy. Come here. Put that guy in here. Put this guy in here like this. And then we're going to smash it. Right? So that's how we get that part built. And then, we already did that one. And then we're already building those two. And then we're going to go up here. And then this guy needs a handful of extra widgets for the Omega launch facility. Now the trick here is we want to build more than one rocket. I want to build a bunch of rockets, and kind of between this episode and next one, I want to have a bunch of those being built. So now, like I said, the real trick here is every rocket you build gives you one ascension, and it basically, every time you have an ascension rocket go up, it basically gives you an extra item for the next playthrough. So basically, once we ascend, it wipes the map, generates a new map for us, allows us to land, and then that will allow us to, instead of building each one of these things building one, it would build 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 20. So we're gonna be changing this a little bit, and we're gonna be going a little bit crazy, and seeing how many of these we can build. So it may be a little bit of time before we're kind of ready for that. But we're gonna get those things built. Now, so we got all these things kind of built over here. We go back in here, we kind of look and go, okay, so now we're out of, like, our basic widgets are really hurting. And our iron production is actually not doing too awesome either. So we'll do that, hold down shift. We'll go find some more places to put these guys down. And then, so the only problem with this is as I'm doing these things, it's hurting my higher production, because now it's going to take those guys out for me to be able to build these guys, right? And then I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this guy, I'm going to do that. And go find some weird place to put this thing down. We'll just plop that down up there. It'll be fine, right? And then we'll do that. And so all this stuff is going to be slowly starting to get built. And then by doing that, they're like, oh, I needed more of those widgets. Well, that's great. But this guy needs, just basically those. So we'll just go make some more of these someplace. Right. So we'll just copy this guy here. We'll just go pop it down over here. So that way we have more of those widgets. But by doing that, every time you build something like that, it is now taking out the widgets from over here, so that this guy is going to stop, right? So all these guys are going to be built. Sure, it's going to eventually work out, and they'll eventually get built. But like some of these things, like this is going to take, those aren't too bad. But the problem is it needs the widgets to do it. So like this guy here. So it needs 2,000, basically 2,000 iron bars and 2,000 widgets to make that thing. So that's a lot of iron. So it's going to be murdered for quite a while. Now, by me doing this, like, obviously we're not going to be able to get any Omega widgets here. All these things are going to be filled in, and it's going to basically murderize my progress for a bit, because all these things are, going to be trying to get caught up. So if I'm like, okay, well, this is great and all, but yeah, we're building stuff, we're doing all right. But if I'm like, okay, well, I really want to get this thing built instead, and the problem is it's got to build. Okay, this thing's not actually all the way built yet. That's fine. And these things aren't all the way built yet, because I think what it's doing is it's waiting for widgets. But what I can do is I can go here, hit pause, right? And if I hit pause, I can go in here, and then it will start rebuilding everything. So it's not using all of my iron to try to build things. It'll start working on trying to start building widgets, to start building, and start moving up the line. So obviously these widgets are all going to get kind of pulled into trying to pull into the rocket electronics and stuff like that. So we're trying to get all these things built and worked. But I can do this, and that may actually eventually we'll start seeing the Omega widgets come by. But this is a slow process. It's meant to be slow. It's just a difficult, slow process. And you'll get to a point where your returns just don't make sense, right? Like the amount it's going to take to get to the next one is going to be so many that it's going to be too costly. And then that's kind of when we want to ascend. So, and then the problem is these guys, so these are using the same thing, right? These This is just electricity. This is all lower level stuff, so that's not that big of a deal. Mega project casing, so that's the same thing, and then the major project shielding. So it's using kind of the inputs from this stuff. So since you guys are using the inputs, we're having trouble getting to the Omega widgets because our items here are going to be start trying to fill up, and it's going to be trying to make these, and so they're all fighting, trying to figure out like what they can do, right? Now I could go in here and just build some more of these, but that then creates another problem because if I create more of these, then that's even more stuff that eats the Omega widgets. It's a chicken or the egg, a problem really quickly. But you see, we are making some Omega widgets. So once we get up to what about 31, which is right now, we can hit play for a second, and boom. So there, Mega Launch Facility is built in 119 hours, 57 minutes, and 11 seconds. And that's like it's so long. I've taken my time, right? Soon the widgets will spread to the stars, right? So now we can go ahead and click in this guy here. And you'll see that 11 of 10,000 rocket parts are committed, right? So, and I want to actually probably start building more of these and just kind of letting this thing run out for a bit. Really, the trick here is to kind of let the game just kind of run for a while at this point. I want to see if I can put a bunch more rockets down and then launch all of them. I'm not sure how it works. I know with the turtle, I couldn't put down multiple ones, but with this one, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to let it run for a little bit, and then we will be back and kind of see once we kind of get some of this stuff caught up. It's going to take me a while to get this stuff caught up. It's starting to hopefully chew through it. Let's see. There it is. There, that guy's building. So that was only going to take 600 widgets. It's it's bad. Now, if you get to a situation like this where you're like, okay, I need more widgets to be made, because right now, like, if we go back up here and look, like the iron production, the iron ingots, we're actually starting to build extra of those. So we almost need to have some basic widgets being made because that's really what we need. What we can do is, I said I was going to be back, and then I didn't go anywhere. But I can go down here and I can just take some of these guys and start pushing them to the top like this. And then that will allow us to start making more widget factories, or the basic widget factories anyway, or basic widget frames, I guess. And then, so this is a lot of them. So it's probably more than I need to. So if I go back up here and look at this, now I've started making some of these guys. And since I'm making those, that gives me extra widgets. Forge World, build 2,500 frames. But yeah, so all that stuff is going well and going good. And then I think these guys are still trying to figure their life out. It's going to be like, it's small, right? And then I definitely need more rocket fuel than I do any of this other stuff. So, and then the Omega widget is really what I'm lacking right now. I just don't have enough Omega widgets. And then I'll end up needing a lot more rocket fuel, because if you look, these other parts, I need 1, 1, 1, and 10. So we need a lot more rocket fuel than we do any of the other parts, because eventually what will happen is we'll be able to produce these things fairly regularly, and then we just won't have rocket fuel. So we almost need one. Let's see. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Yep. So we almost need it to go like that. And then that's going to take forever because that is a bunch of Omega widgets, right? So we're looking at 112 Omega widgets just to be able to build that guy. Not to mention the fact that, yeah, so we're starting to kind of rip through these things, and then we're starting to get more stuff kind of in, and it's all going well. So, all right, I'll be back in a second. All right. Well, that didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. So basically, now we're in a situation where we're just waiting for these fuel things to get done. Once I get those done, I'm just going to copy this. I'll just paste a couple more of them around. And then at that point, like, I don't even need to copy more of them around, honestly. I don't think I may just wait for this one to get full. And then once this one gets full, we'll just kind of see how it goes. But it may be worth it to, and I probably will just copy this entire thing and just paste it, stamp it down in a bunch of different locations, and see if we can build a bunch of rockets. But with that, I think what I'm going to do is going to call this one go ahead and done for now. And then, while we're here, let's go back down here to the bottom and look at all these upgradey things, upgradey things. We'll go ahead and do all these upgradey things like this, so that way we have all of this stuff is producing as fast as it can. And some of these are going to need Omega widgets, which is going to slow me down even more. And then once all of those get done, everybody gets upgraded, we'll at least be producing things a little bit faster. I probably should go through and kind of build all of the stuff so that we can, come up with some good patterns of things, because all my stuff, like, they get bonuses for being built on special locations and stuff like that, and I don't have any of that set up because I have been brute forcing it. We'll get that one too while we're at it. So that stuff is all good. So once all those are upgraded, we should have this entire thing with no green space glowy stuff, and then we'll be able to get all this stuff going. So I'm just gonna let this thing run in the background for a little while. And then when we come back for the next episode, I should hopefully have a bunch of these rocket silos built. And we're going to see how many rockets we can build at one time and launch them. And then we'll see how the restart goes and how that all kind of works out for us. You see now, like, all the little orange guys are starting to pop up, and we're getting all these guys here. So hopefully you are enjoying this content and your how things are going. If you are, please make sure you throw a like on it. If you have a question, comment, concern, you leave that down below. And if you're not subscribed and you'd like to see this or any of the other stuff that I'm doing on the channel, make sure you hit that button while you're down there. You guys be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.